Hello and welcome to Grayline. My name is Brett Boyd, this is Joseph Kopser, and we wanted to share a little bit of our views around blockchain, which as we see is one of these key technologies that we call catalysts, which again are these foundational shifts that have the potential for very broad impacts to both business and public sector entities. And so when we think about blockchain, it's first important to talk about, we're not talking about cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency prices and so on. I have no idea actually where that's going. I have no idea if that's a flash in the pan or if that's an enduring asset class. But I do think that the foundational underlying technology in blockchain, which is essentially a trust mechanism between two parties on the internet, is very, very interesting. And as you think about the last generation of technology, there's been a big, a big push to put customers who want something and companies who make something closer and closer together. I mean, this is Amazon's success has been to cut out the middle layer between retail transactions. This is Uber and Lyft who take people who want to give rides and people who want rides and put them closer together. And I think what blockchain does is it actually has a potential to replace that entire translation layer that still sits in between really every commercial event that happens online. And in some cases with credit card transaction fees, you're essentially paying, call it 1% to 3% to a credit card company to ensure a transaction, essentially, to provide that trust mechanism. Of course, credit cards provide credit, which is another element of value that they also do. In some other industries, think about the real estate and think about some of the freight forwarding and shipping industries. Those margins are actually in the 10 to 15% range. And the way we look at blockchain is this whole idea of a trust mechanism that really could come in and provide a new tool for that translation layer, which certainly fits our definition of a catalyst of something that would be broadly important to a lot of different people.
Yeah, blockchain going forward is going to revolutionize how we create that trust, but it's going to have a huge impact on governments and society and policymakers, because eventually we're going to get to a point, perhaps with blockchain, where fraud, if it's not impossible, will be limited, because the same information will be shared across every single user in the entire ecosystem of whatever it is. So imagine what happens when you put biometric data into blockchain. We're going to have potentially the ability to reduce crime, theft, and fraud in a way that we have never imagined before in society. And so there's lots of things we encourage people to check out about blockchain and other topics on our website, because ultimately, whether you're in the private sector or you're in the public sector, or whether you're just in academia or just interested, you have to be able to see and understand these trends and what's as important. You have to know and decide what you're going to do strategy-wise. And if you do decide to act, executing that change is so hard in organizations, and that's what Grayline is doing, to be able to help you see, decide, and execute on all these new technologies. Thanks for tuning into this latest series. We've got more on our website at Grayline. Please check them out and give us your feedback. Thanks for joining us.